Okay. We should be officially in. Okay. I'm going to go with yes. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get into a game. Priest, 2 War Masters, Crown Visionary, and a Karn. We'll keep. Hopefully we're not facing... Is it? We are facing... Is it? Are we not? Let's go... War Master. You go War Master to try and save the Priest from some sort of bolt, but I guess we'll see. He's about to play red, I would imagine. Black. Okay. Still control-y, but we'll take it. So we're going to drop our Priest. He does go with the counter spell, but it's just a bounce spell, which isn't the end of the world. I'm imagining this is... Oh, it's a mill deck. Okay, I'm not that upset with the mill deck. Let's go back to the War Master. Into a secondary War Master. Which gets us some nice little tokens into an Elvish Mystic. It's going to give us a pretty big next turn. We can go ahead and Karn. He's going to cast a Tutor Land, which is cool and all. Glimpse us. We get Freya, which we go ahead and cast a Leaf Crown. So we can get these 2 tokens real quick. We'll cast our Freya. Play a secondary Leaf Crown. Let's go ahead and pop that. Getting the forest. Play that. Go ahead and +1 Freya for the Priest. Casting Karn. And we're sitting on 10 mana, so we can do basically whatever we want to do with Karn. Let's just go ahead. I think we're just going to Mindslaver, and then we'll go ahead and play it. Taking control of his turn. Normally the opponent surrenders at this point, but... Yep, there he goes. And that's a dub. It also was not a ranked game, which it should have been. So let's go ahead and skirt that on over. Ranked, historic, elves. Two priests, an archdruid. It's a decent hand if we can get something to do with it. So we're gonna go ahead and play this into an Elvish Mystic. We get a Karn or a Freya, we'll be in a good spot. Ooh, they are playing some Boros energy. Okay. Maybe they're not playing Boros energy. Let's just go War Master into another Archdruid. Or 2 priests. Yeah, we'll go 2 priests. We're definitely pretty wide, and all this extra mana, while it isn't the best while we have that War Master on the field, it's pretty darn useful. So we'll go ahead and just get stuff cast. We'll go ahead and pop this ability. And he FFs. I'll take it. Another easy win. God, I am starving right now. Okay, let's see. We are looking at Mystic, Symbiote, War Master, and a Karn. Go ahead and keep. Cool, and we draw Freya. So go ahead and War Master. We are facing some Boros energy this time around, as expected. Unstable turn 2. No blocks. Go ahead and forest into a Archdruid. This will hopefully get out a Bolt. It looks like he's gonna play an Amped Raptor. Unless he's sitting on a Bolt. Stasis Prison. Okay. Fair move, bud. There's that Raptor. Oof. Gets to cast that Johnny, that's gonna suck. Quite the turn for our friend. We get a second Karn, which isn't the biggest help. Go ahead and cast a War Master into a Symbiote. Definitely not the best hand for us to keep, though, I'll be honest. Another Raptor. Kinda sucks. Oh, he really spends it. Sadly, there isn't too much we can do. I mean, if we get that Archdruid back, that'll help us out a little bit. Yeah, we draw nothing. We can throw him out, get one more mana, but that's just going to be GG. So we'll just go next. Of course, first ranked game, we get dogged by Boros Energy. God, this is a hand. I, awkwardly enough, think I'll keep it. As long as he doesn't kill this Lana War Elf, we're feasible. Oof. Don't tell me. Guide of Souls. Alright, we'll take it. Go ahead and go into a lookout. We'll draw something. Again, all he's got to do is bolt that Lana War Elves, and we're pretty screwed. Voice of the Blessed. Okay. At least we have something to chump block with. We'll go ahead and grab this, take this Archdruid. Same thing, if he does have anything to kill our Archdruid, it puts us in a pretty poor spot. That's the problem with playing these creature-heavy decks. Which, this is one. We have only creatures. Our sole interaction is Besiju. Oof, he does get the Galvanic Discharge. Which is unfortunate for us, but having those extra Sky Shrouds will help out. Go ahead and let that hit. Draw another land. So we're in a War Master into a Visionary. Which gets a majority of our value on the field until we can get Karn out there. They'll discharge. It is what it is. We have some good card advantage in hand with our Sky Shrouds though. He's also getting pretty low on land. The Ocelot definitely isn't going to help us out. Swings for 5. Surprisingly, I think we're just going to block. Yeah, we chump block. He gets some kitties. Another forest, not the biggest help. Go ahead and draw a card. Nice. That bombardment does really screw us. This deck's definitely not the hottest against Boros energy. Also drawing another Sky Shroud is pretty unfortunate. Okay, he sacks another creature. Gotta be it. Go ahead and chump block this. But we're just getting outpaced. Okay, we'll drop our caverns, drop a Sky Shroud. Hopefully we can get a good draw on this. Lana War Elves, not the draw we needed. Let's drop another one. War Master, it's something. It's still not the draw we needed. Alright, we're gonna FF there. give it another whirl. With a decent hand, Priest, Sky Shroud, Allosaurus. I'll take it. Honestly, I agree. I hate going against any type of red decks. Yeah, dude, Boros Energy right now is fucking killing me. But, and playing mono green only creatures probably isn't the move, I'll be honest. But, we live through it, right? We live and we learn. Here we are, hopefully facing some mill. That should be an easy win. Yeah. Well, so this is historic, so honestly it's not even a lot of Thunder Junction cards. It's all Modern Horizons 3 cards. And we are facing that mill deck. So it looks like they got 2 of our Karns, which kind of sucks, but we'll just go straight into an Archdruid. Yeah, in Standard, all of the Thunder Junction cards are a pain in the ass. I hate playing Standard right now. I'm so excited for Bloomburrow. I'm probably gonna crack a shitload of packs of that when it drops. White-green humans that's a staple. It's gotta be at this point. Bloomburrow, though, yeah, it has me so excited. Alright, facing this blue deck, I'll put down... I can drop Wirewood and Allosaurus here, because the Wirewood will essentially get me out of any shitty situations. So do you mainly play Standard? Oh. Blue decks are very annoying. Right here. I mean, blue-black got that creature destruction, but it's okay. My thing is, like... So he can't counter my spells with Allosaurus, so the blue doesn't mean too much. Now he can destroy creatures, but Buddy's got 1 spell in hand at this point. It sucks, but as long as we're trading 1 for 1, I'm honestly not too upset about it. Plus, I play a lot of Elves. The cards I have in hand give me a bunch of card advantage. So if I sit down, or if I sit and put down this Leaf Crown Visionary, and then I drop this Wirewood here, it puts me in a pretty decent spot. Yeah, he's got a card left. And while I'm in the same boat, I have 1 card left. This card seeks an elf for me, so it's going to grab another card out of my hand. It's essentially like drawing a card. And then if I pay 1 mana, the Leaf Crown Visionary will draw a secondary card. So now I'm just drawing shit for free, basically. I've always thought about splashing black in my historic Elves decks. It's just this one in particular. There isn't enough good black Elves right now, besides the Commander. Or not the Commander, the Planeswalker. So, but there he is, destroying some more creatures. It's cool with me, though. Honestly, Mill's a pretty easy matchup, I say, as we hopefully don't get destroyed. Yeah, honestly, both blue and black. It's mainly their spell casting. But we get a nice little Elvish Mystic. We'll go ahead and Sky Shroud. Oh, you mean for Elves? That's where it would come in handy. I could see that. Just having any form of removal. This deck is 100% creatures, so honestly, any removal would make this so much easier. And I would love to cast my Archdruid here, but it's just not going to happen. So we're just going to go for another Mystic. Swing in for a nice little 1. We're at 39. So this guy's been doing a lot more controlling instead of countering. He does play a Jace. Yeah, so that's a nice thing with this, the new elves. There's a jumpstart elf, this one right here, Sky Shroud. It gets reach. It's not amazing, you know, but it gets the job done. And it can chump block whenever there's a huge flyer. He did just mill me for 20 goddamn cards. That kind of sucks. Alright, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 6 mana right there. I can swing with 3 5/5s. Technically, it's only going to be 2. I think our only bet to win this is to kind of ignore playing creatures. Actually, fuck it. We're going to go with the Archdruid. Nice. Into a War Master. Go ahead and swing again. If he doesn't kill us this turn, we win the game. He's only got 2 cards in hand. If he draws another Jace, that's GG. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I would have full swung. All I had to do was up the guys with the Allosaurus, and that would have been it. Well, we take those wins. I just started playing Timeless when Modern Horizons 3 came out, and I don't know if you ever have, but the scam decks in there, like the where they're playing Grief and Fury, all of those elementals that you get to cast for free, it ran me out of the format so fast. Let's see, we're looking at 2 Leaf Crowns, a Priest, and 2 Freyas. I'm probably gonna mull this hand. This is more workable. Go ahead and keep. I'm going to drop the Wirewood. Go from there. Luris always tells me, could be Boros, could be Ninjas. Looks like we're just facing another energy deck. So, let's just go... Let's go War Master to try and get out any removal. I have Ninjas. Oh my god, it is such a fun deck to play. I kind of stopped playing it. Blue-Black Ninjas. I stopped playing it after Modern Horizons 3 came out just because it changed the format so much. But holy shit, is it fun. I might run a game. You say annoying as fuck, but I might have to run a game. Because it's that enjoyable. Just the little tricks you can do and the amount of removal you have. 2 Ocelot Prides, I'm going to be honest, I don't know if we're going to be able to beat that. That's going to be a shitload of tokens. So we're going to go ahead and drop a Priest. Yeah, I think you're right. I'm going to have to go ahead and play some Ninjas after this game. Screw it. I'll just change the title real quick to Historic MTG Best of 1. Okay. Amped Raptor's a pain in the ass. I also have a Boros Energy deck. It's just, I've played it so much. Like Elves, I don't really have to think through this. I can just kind of go, you know? He is going to swing... Oh, okay, but he's got the energy to play. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, this looks like a lost cause. Get a Sky Shroud. We do have our Priest. So, we will go ahead... Cast the Sky Shroud. Ooh, we get another War Master. Cast him. Go ahead and cast our Freya. To untap our Priest. And then with that, we can now hold the 7 mana that she has, which is going to allow us to give everything Death Touch. Just so that way they hopefully don't take our commander. Or not commander, planeswalker. Keep fucking that up. Unstable. I'm betting they're looking for removal. Ooh, Goblin Bombardment fucks us over. Well, that's not going to be a fun spell to see. They can currently ping for 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 damage on board. Yeah. So they'll go ahead and kill our priest. We're just going to tap her real quick. And go ahead and just pop the War Master right now. Sadly, we can't do it again, but forces them to waste a few more tokens. Then being at 32 life does not help at all. Honestly, I think a Karn would help out. But, yeah, I know. It just cost them 2 extra tokens, but they generate so many tokens each turn with the 2 Ocelots. Another Amp Raptor. Into a Lightning Helix, that sucks. And they take out our Mystic. Huh. I think that was a bad decision. I don't know why they do that. I guess it's my only way to get to 3 mana, but it's not the end of the world. So, since they have First Strike, I'm not going to block, sadly. But I think this one's just going to be a GG. Yeah. They still got the Goblin Bombardment. We'll just FF. They can sack all their tokens and then kill us right there. So, we'll take that L. We'll play some Ninjas. Do some wonky shit, hopefully. Ninjas are not a tier 1 deck, but neither is mono green elves, so I think we could work with it. Yeah, he was way out of our league. Okay, so we already have a really good combo in hand, that being 1000 Faced, having 2000 Faced and a Silver Fur, but we have 0 interaction with the opponent. So it is a little risky to keep, but we're going to anyways, and hope that things go well. So okay, we could be facing a combo deck. I guess we'll see what they pitch. Yeah, we're facing a combo deck, so we need this game over ASAP. Let's go ahead and Ornithopter. Go ahead and 1000 Faced. So keeping no interaction was a good move here, because we just need to deal as much damage as quick as possible. They surveil 5. Don't matter to me. Come on. God, I hate when opponents take forever to take their turn. We'll go ahead and take a blue, and then we will swing. Casting our Silver Fur on the Ornithopter. And then casting Moon Circuit on the 1000 Faced. We get another Silver Fur and some interaction, but we'll just go ahead and take the Silver Fur. go ahead and play our Ornithopter for free. And then next turn is probably lethal if they don't win. Yeah, so that's the main thing, or that's one of the things with ninjas, is there isn't a lot of card draw, kind of like you say. So Moon Circuit Hacker is basically the only card draw that we have in this deck, and so it's very easy to run low on cards in hand, and that's where Luris comes into play. If you can get a Luris down, you'll be in a better spot. But again, if the opponent just has more interaction than you, you're fucked. I mean, it is what it is. So this hand, though, I don't think there's any way we can lose this game unless they combo off right here. Yeah, we should be good to go. Because I don't gotta explain it. You'll see the combo in a second. So we'll just go ahead and drop another Clearwater. Swing with all three. We will go ahead and Silver Fur right here with the Ornithopter. Then we'll Thousand Faced Ninjutsu on the Moon Circuit. Copying our Silver Fur, giving everything +1/+1. And then since he's tapped out, just for funsies, we'll go ahead and do it again. So bouncing our Thousand Faced to hand and copying another Silver Fur. There you go. So, dude, that right there is why I play ninjas. I love getting that little combo off. The Silver Fur just makes your ninjas cost 1 less to ninjutsu. And since Thousand Face costs 3 to ninjutsu, you can make it cost 1. And there you go. Quick, easy damage. That was, what, 16 damage on turn 3? Now, in a real game, I probably would have kept 1 mana up so we could Spell Pierce, but he was tapped out, and Force of Will is not in Arena, so I think we're chilling. I need to get some practice in with this deck against Boros Energy. Because, like I said, that's the one deck that destroys me in this format. Okay, this hand has some good stuff going on. Again, low interaction, but these Retrofitter Foundries are pretty decent to just kind of keep us in a permanent board state. So, this time, if we were facing a combo deck, we'd be a little screwed. And yeah, Ninjas is a pretty heavy combo-related deck, so, you know, knowing this stuff will really get you pretty far with it. Alright, we'll go ahead and cast Hive Eye Tyrant. We're facing Elves. Okay. Pulling another Retrofitter was not what we wanted. I can tell you that much. But it's okay. Because they're going to go wide as hell, and there's not much we could do about it. If we get another Thousand Face, though, that would help out a lot. This isn't your standard mono green Elves deck. Let's see. Okay. We get a Spell Pierce, which is cool. We will go ahead and swing. Ninjutsuing. And then recast the Ornithopter, and do we save the Spell Pierce? They're gonna tap for 1, 2, 3, 4 next turn. They're probably gonna play the Troll, I would imagine, which is a creature we can't counter. So I think I'm gonna say, fuck it. We will hold the mana up. No, they cast a Cavalier of Thorns. Okay. They have a Storm the Festival. If they get that Storm off, that's GG. Or we do have a Spell Pierce, so maybe it's not GG. Yeah, the little Ornithopter flicker, honestly, it's so nice. They do have a 5/6 now, though. There's almost no creature destruction in the deck that can get rid of this. I have 2 cards that can. So I'm a little screwed. But we'll go ahead and hold. Because sadly there isn't too much we can do here. But we do have the Spell Pierce, so we could counter the storm if it ends up popping off. Another Cavalier. Okay. This hurts, I'm not gonna lie. They get to nick those two. So now they essentially have all the mana they need. We can Spell Pierce this, luckily. Because they tapped out for exactly enough mana. And now they're out of gas, but we have very little gas as well. So we're gonna see what we can do with this. I have a feeling it's gonna be a hard one to move forward. Get a Changeling Outcast, which is okay. Getting stuck on 2 mana definitely doesn't help us out. We're gonna go ahead. The Outcast doesn't help out enough. So we're gonna drop both of our Retrofitters. This will allow us to turn both of these Ornithopters into 4/4s. Which is kind of another one of the reasons you keep these Retrofitters in the deck. No, there are no board wipes in this deck. Though the real focus of Ninjas is to get in quickly before they can cast any big creatures. We just got screwed by his Cavaliers. So if we can get one more mana, and I'm gonna go ahead, do another little, not really a trick, but do something. Where I sack both of these Ornithopters, and then I'm just going to double block one of the Cavaliers, which will get rid of it. But now we can essentially try and get Lurrus out, but we're not in the best spot. So he, tutors a Karn? Yeah, that definitely doesn't help us out. He's got way too much mana to be casting Karn right now. So we'll Fairy Seer. And this is probably going to be GG from here. We do get some Destruction, which can kill Karn. I guess we'll go ahead and keep that. But he's just going to pop off Karn immediately on his turn. So, you know, we'll wait and see what he tutors in with Karn. But I have a feeling we ain't getting very far. Another cool thing with Changeling Outcast, so it can't be blocked, but it's also a ninja, so it gets the +1/+1 from Silverfur. It also is technically a Thopter, so I can sacrifice it and turn it into a 4/4 to block this second Cavalier. So, let's see what he grabs. He grabs a Portal to Phyrexia. Yeah. So that's GG. I am forced to sacrifice 3 creatures. We'll go ahead, sack those 3, he full swings, there's nothing we can do about it. And then Portal to Phyrexia also gets him a creature from either graveyard each turn. He can just cast it for free. So, we'll just hit the next game. But that was a pretty cool mono green deck. Basically just mono green ramp. I mean, I could build the shell. Nykthos is just such a strong card for mana generation. Two Fairy Seers, 3 Retrofitters, and a Spell Pierce. We're gonna have to mulligan this hand. That was a little crazy. This one's a 1000-faced Fairy Seer, Changeling, and a Retrofitter. I think we're gonna keep just kind of because we have to. And then we'll pitch one of our lands. So Fairy Seer lets us scry 2. But again, another hand with not the most interaction. Then Dark Slick. We don't really want either of those cards. More lands and an Ornithopter doesn't do too much for us right now. I can't imagine he does nothing. Is he gonna Fatal? Amped Raptor? Okay. So he's playing the energy deck, but it's more of a sacrificing energy deck, which, honestly, I don't want to face right now, but we'll get through it. So, cool thing here is we can turn our Changeling into a 4/4. But I have a feeling he's going to catch that. Does Goblin Bombardment. If he bombards our Changeling, we just turn it into a 4/4 and he sacks a creature for free. He swings with everything. So we'll go ahead and sack the Changeling. And then... Come on. Oh, it didn't let us declare blockers. Well, I fucked that up. Oops. I must have done it after the declare blockers trigger. And it probably just didn't... what's it called? Didn't tell us to, because I don't have it in full control mode. But it is what it is. Hey, speaking of those crime cards, here's one. A 1-mana 2/2. And he's gonna sack a bunch of shit to kill our construct. Play this island, and then go ahead. That bombardment really makes me not want to play Lurrus, I'm gonna be honest. I guess... And he sacks. Okay. These bombardments, man. They honestly, they make a fool out of me. I'll go ahead and grab Lurrus just to have him in hand. Yeah, he's gonna get it off the field. There's no way he doesn't. Well, right now, yeah, there you go. With that Forsaken Miner, he's guaranteed to get it off the field. And a Johnny, which means he can a Johnny, or turn a Johnny into a cat at this point. Into a cat, into a Planeswalker, he is a cat. There it is. But he is down to 1 card in hand, which is a little something, right? Hits for 4. That's 4 on the field. All he has to do is just come in and sacrifice stuff with the bombardment. So we're going to call that one there. I might have to switch to Boros Energy. These guys are killing me. Did I have fun last match? It's a hard question. I think I'm going to skip on that one. Alright. I think I'm going to do one more Ninjas game, and then we'll see where we're at from there. I might just have to conform, get into some Boros. Dude, everybody is. And the deck I'm using, or the Boros deck I'll be using, is also an outdated version of the deck that they're all playing. Because theirs has black in it, which includes a lot of sacrifice outlets. But I should still be able to get some stuff done. So this hand, honestly, it's 1 land, but we have a Spell Pierce, a Fatal, Silver Fur, which you ninjutsu for 1, Fairy Seer. Honestly, I'm not even upset with keeping this hand. Yeah, I wouldn't say the deck that the Boros deck I'll be playing would be weaker. It's just definitely a little different. Ooh, I kind of like this Spell Pierce. But we need that land. Go ahead and Ornithopter. This is the Boros deck. We are just going to... Fatal Push this Ocelot, because fuck that cat. We're going to go ahead and cast Silver Fur. And we are going to return the Fairy Seer back to hand, even though I kind of don't want to. Because we could have cast the Ornithopter for free. But that Scry 2 is going to help keep us in the game as we're losing hand size. That cat fucking sucks. I hate this thing. Amped Raptor. Okay. For a Soul Warden. We get Dark Slick untapped, which is nice. We'll go ahead and play the Fairy Seer. Which will give us Bitter Triumph. Yeah, I think that's necessary. And then his ninjutsu is only 1. We swing in. He would have to triple block with the Soul Warden. I don't think he does. Go ahead and pay this. Return that Ornithopter. Copy our Silver Fur. And we just swung for 9. But we're tapped out, which sucks. That's what I mean, where, like, ninjas, like you were saying earlier, they're kind of tricky, you know? Just out of nowhere, bam. We hit for 9. Voice of the Blast is annoying, but we can live with it. So, we will... I think we're just going to have to pay the 3 life and destroy the voice. Then we'll go ahead and swing with almost everything. He takes it all. I don't know what the game plan is here, but he's got to have something going on. I do have 1 mana up, so if he Lightning Helix, he Johnny's.
I will prove my worth to my pride.
Okay. A Johnny's something. I love this little Thopter pet. I don't have it. I have Xanathar. I play D&D. He's my guy. But the Thopter's just so cute. Yeah, I mean, he gained a bunch of health. Do we block? We're not going to block. If we can get a nice ninjutsu off this... No, we get a cut down, though. Which is some targeted removal. So... Go ahead and cut down... Do we cut down to Johnny? We'll cut down to Johnny. Yeah, definitely let it through. Still holding the Spell Pierce. Now we swing for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He has to block these 2. Right? Yeah, because he can't block these. He has to block both of them. I'm fine with taking out the Soul Warden in exchange for a token. Galvanic Discharge. Let's go ahead and Spell Pierce that. That's what I'm talking about. Alright. Maybe ninjas can fight. I just needed, you know, a little bit of interaction. Do we rock another ninja game, or do we go Boros Energy? Energy? Alright. Let me... Yeah, we'll leave it. So, this is the deck list I'm currently using. Like I said, pretty heavy on just the energy kit. And then I got Sun Cleanser in there to kind of counter other energy decks, just because they're that common. But we'll just top in it. I also have Goblins. Almost mono red Goblins. That's a fun one. I'm sure Historic, like 2 years ago, was basically only Goblin decks for the longest time. It was one of the first YouTube videos I made, was just playing Goblins. when did you get into Magic? I started playing like early 2015. But yeah, how long have you been in it? This is some good interaction too. I'm keeping this hand. We'll just go straight. No, we'll go Soul Warden. A few years. Oh, so you're kind of new to it. Ooh, we're facing Is It Wizards, and drawing all of these pain lands kind of sucks. All right, we'll go ahead and drop our Ocelots. And then I think we're just going to Portable Hole this Symmetry Sage. Do you remember what set you started playing during? For me, my first set was Battle for Zendikar, which is a terrible set to start playing this game in. Getting this second Portable Hole was a huge win. We are going to Portable Hole this Dreadhorde Archivist, or Arcanist. And then we'll go ahead and cast this Unstable Amulet, which will give us some pseudo card draw into a fake Galvanic Discharge. Yeah, the Battle for Zendikar, the booster box, or the boxes that were coming out at the time were so terrible. Honestly, what helped me the most when it came to like deck building and synergies was just kind of looking at just deck ideas, and then, because you're not going to know, there's thousands of Magic cards throughout the entire, through the whole game. Probably tens of, or definitely tens of thousands, maybe even hundreds of thousands. And so, looking at the deck ideas that other people have used is pretty damn useful. Alright, so we got a Galvanic Discharge, and then just basing your decks off that, because you don't want to just blatantly copy people. In here, I think discharging the Battle Mage is going to be more useful, because then he can't kill our Ocelot. We can also Sun Cleanser, but this is really extra. But at the same time, he won't have any board wipes. So, nah, I think we're going to hold the Sun Cleanser so we can draw one with the Sunbaked. Go ahead and swing. I imagine he's going to block. And then I'm just going to set a stop on his end step for me to be able to activate my Sunbaked Canyon. Get 2 more cats, 2 more life. This is what the deck does. Dude, I have almost nothing going on right now. I have a Soul Warden, an Ocelot Pride, and some removal. And I am decimating this, what used to be a tier 1 deck of Is It Wizards. He does have full mana. What you doing, bud? Come on. Oh, timer stalls are one of the most annoying things in this game. I wish there was a way to report people for it. I don't know if he's timer stalling. Okay, it went to us. We do get a Lightning Helix. We'll go ahead and drop this bad boy. I think we'll just say fuck it and swing. Do we say fuck it and swing? We will say fuck it and swing. And we're no Lightning Helix is Symmetry Sage. So there isn't any card in his deck that that can give his Symmetry Sage a plus to his toughness. Which is another thing with Magic. Oh, okay, he kills our Ocelot Pride, though. Is you're just going to learn the decks over time. That's the reality of it. So he does deal some damage to us, killing our Ocelot, which gets rid of a lot of our generation, but he's also down to 3 health, which... So this Izzet Wizards deck really doesn't play counter spells. They're basically only playing spell slinging. It's like true Izzet, Ravnica Izzet, where it's just wizards and, you know, here is probably his biggest utility spell, which is 3 mana. If you control a wizard, you can choose 2 of these abilities. You can draw 2 cards, destroy an artifact, or deal 5 damage to target creature. Now, I'm going to be honest, in his position, I probably would have chose destroy an artifact and deal 5 damage to a creature. He kills the Ocelot, and then if he got back this Dreadhorde Arcanist, he'd be able to cast spells for free from hand. But maybe, you know, he doesn't have any free spells that he wants to cast. Still, I feel like getting back one of these creatures would be a lot more useful than... Oh! That's what he's doing. Okay, we're going to go ahead and sack this Sunbaked. Because he is going to get a creature back. And we get an Ocelot, which is absolutely funny. Alright, well, that is just GG. Go ahead and block. It's cool with me. Funny thing is, this legendary land here is essentially a removal spell. Deals 4 damage to target attacking or blocking creature. So, don't really matter what he does. Looks like he's going to timer stall, though. Yep. Oh, maybe not. Are we good? We did it. There's the first Boros energy win. I think with this deck I have like over a 60% win rate. I wish I could play it in best of 3 though. I just don't have the wild cards for a sideboard, which is the main caveat of playing on Arena. Wild cards will kill you. What set was that during? Was it like... Oh, I don't know. There's so many recent sets that had really good... Oh, Mutate. Gosh, was that... I'm trying to... Ikoria? I think that's Ikoria. Which was such a fun set to play. The one with all the beasts. This is a pretty damn good hand. Ocelot, Soul Warden, Ajani, Sun Cleanser, Goblin Bombardment. We got basically everything we need. Ikoria was also the set that had, like, Godzilla in it. Ooh. Alright, we're facing another one of those mono-green ramp decks. Well, this one isn't mono-colored, but it's another ramp deck. I can tell you that much. So, I kind of don't want to play my Ocelot turn 2. They did. There were so many... Ooh, players can't gain counters. Counters can't be put on artifacts, creatures, or enchantments. Okay. He's very much playing... He's very much playing a combo deck that could win next turn, and there's no way I can get out of that. So I think we'll just play a Johnny, sadly. Yeah, I think we're just going to play a Johnny. Swing for 1 and hope that this isn't just GG right here. Let's see. Suspicious Strix? I don't know. Let me Google this card. I had to see what this card is. He played 2 Groves, which... Okay. Ooh, which is going to allow him to tutor an enchantment. He's in a tutor 9 lives right here. Alright, so the... Yeah, there's 9 lives. That's 3 mana. I think that's just GG. if I -1 or -4 a Johnny, maybe it's not GG. We're gonna go ahead and Ocelot into Goblin Bombardment. And then we will target him. 1 second, I'll look at the card. I just wanna make sure I do this right. Go ahead and flip a Johnny. And then, yeah, we can do 2 damage, so we're just gonna +1 him. We can't give counters. I'm a dumbass. Oh no, it was a +2. He starts at 3. Then we'll go ahead and swing for 1. He does get his 9 lives counter, or trigger. But, okay. So it's a 5 mana creature, mutate for 6. When this creature mutates, exile the top card of your library until you exile X permanents, where X is the number of times this creature is mutated beforehand. Put those permanents onto the battlefield. Oh, shit. That card is actually pretty badass. Okay. My turn. We'll go ahead and drop a Sacred Foundry. Go ahead and -1 or -4 a Johnny. Yeah, dude. That sounds pretty damn good. It's kind of like Cascade, but just different and working on mutate. The snow-covered lands looked so good. Just the whole snow theme I really enjoyed. Alright, he's going to keep the 9 lives, which means we can't kill him this turn, but we can get a lot done. So we're going to go ahead and bring Luris to hand. He just FFs. I'll take that win. It was going to be kind of a long game. I mean, it wouldn't have been super long. We would have just been waiting for the Ocelot to catch up to speed. But at the same time, I guess he just didn't want to play it out. That works for me. Amped Raptor, Goblin Bombardment, 2 unstable amulets. I'm not the biggest fan of this hand. We have no turn 1. But I've seen worse hands. And this is some decent card draw. Let's see. Do I mull it? I don't know. What do you think? Mull it or keep? Like I said, the amulets are some decent card draw, but the bombardment doesn't really do anything unless I draw in a Johnny or an Ocelot. Mull? Yeah, that's fair. Guide of Souls, Ocelot, Soul Warden, 2 amulets. Okay. Alright. That was the move. W decision. I think we're going to pitch one of the unstable amulets. Go ahead and cast Guide of Souls turn 1 into Ocelot, Soul Warden. Looks like we're facing some beautiful Izzet Wizards again. So hopefully this Guide of Souls gets a removal spell out right here. Ooh, this is not Izzet Wizards. Whenever a permanent entering the battlefield causes a triggered ability, countered unless they pay 2 mana. That's ass. That means we don't gain life unless we pay 2 mana. Okay. So. Damn. Unless, yeah, we don't gain 2 mana. Well, or we don't gain life. We'll live though. It just means we're gonna have to get rid of this thing ASAP. But 1 Galvanic Discharge does that for us. Or a Lightning Helix. Ooh, Knoll Drifter. Arena of Glory is such a great card. Pay 1, tap it, exert it to add 2 mana. If it's spent on a creature, that creature gets haste. That card can be so nasty. They tap out, and they do have their Knoll Drifter. Let's go ahead and go into Unstable. Which we don't gain 2 energy. Okay. We're kind of fucked. I think our only out here is gonna be Lightning Helix. I think that's really the only out we have. But the deck we're facing, oh my god, and it makes it so he doesn't have to sacrifice lands to Lotus Field, which essentially just mana ramped him 3 land. We're gonna go ahead and sacrifice a permanent. I think we're gonna take the Unstable Amulet. It doesn't really do too much here. But we do get to... He casts Flage. I think that's GG. Flage will take out one of our Ocelots. Never mind. We will... Bombardment, I guess? Yeah, I don't think there's anything we can do. Alright, I think we're gonna GG next. This strict proctor kinda cucked us. That right there took me to below a 70% win rate. I was at a 71%, I am now at 69, but it's okay, we live. Alright. Ugin. Hopefully we're facing a colorless deck. I haven't seen one in a while. There's this colorless Eldrazi deck that essentially just... all they do is get Ulamog into their exile and then cast him from exile for free. And then that's just it. And those games, while it sucks losing to an Ulamog that has like Annihilator 10, it's pretty cool to see. So here we'll go ahead. Hopefully we can play this game. Thank you. We'll keep this. We have a Soul Warden. We got some life gain. Got a Johnny. Galvanic Discharge for removal. Unstable Amulet for some card draw. I'll live with it. They play a Soul Scar. So we'll go ahead and cast our Soul Warden. They definitely have some interaction in hand. So I kind of don't want to lose my Ocelot, but... it is what it is. They definitely are taking a minute to think, though. They Wizard's Lightning. Okay. They also only have 1 land? There they go. And they play it tapped. Let's... Let's go for the Ocelot. And then I think we're just going to Galvanic Discharge right now. So that way it's out of the way. Because otherwise they can, on top of the stack, prowess the Soulscar Mage to the point where the discharge doesn't do anything for it. So, playing just an Ocelot, though, does put us in a weird position, because if we played the Ajani, they're not killing the Ajani and his token. Here, they can kill just the cat, and that'll kind of be it. So they play Balmor. And then I'm guessing we're going to see some removal. Oh, Reckless Charge, okay. So I'm going to swing for 5. That always sucks, but we can live with it. Go ahead and pay for this Sacred Foundry. See, and here's where it's like, damn. Do I really want to cast a Johnny to have him kind of do nothing this turn? Or get removed next turn? I think we're going to go on Unstable Amulet and see what we can get off this flip. Which is a land. So maybe I should have just gone a Johnny. We do get a cat. But we have no way to generate energy at this point. So we're running a little low on steam, and they could definitely swing for 5 more in the air if they wanted to. question is, are they going to? Taking a little long to think. They do cast Flames on the Ocelot and destroy our Unstable. Okay. We'll take that. We will go ahead and cast the Sacred, paying the 2. Play a Johnny. I should have played the Amtraptor first, but it's okay. For a second Unstable, which we'll go ahead and crack. For another Goblin Bombardment. They can swing for 5 in the air this turn. If they have a Bolt, they win. Soul Scar Mage. Okay, so they don't have a Bolt. Dread Horde. Whew! Okay. And they FF. Why did they FF? I'm gonna be honest. I don't see how they lose that there. They're at 17 life. I'm not gaining any life. But I will take it. Maybe they tuned into the stream and saw that we were hopeless. Just noticed we have a pack to crack. Yeah, I have no idea why they FF'd there. Maybe? Yeah, maybe they disconnected or something. I don't know. But how are you feeling on this Boros Energy deck? Keep it around? Try something else out? More cats, raptors. Honestly, I might just keep this. I like cat into raptor. Ooh, we're facing... We could be facing another wizard deck, though. So we'll just cat. Boros. You ended your turn in auto quit. I've never heard of that. Honestly, I've never, at least I haven't had that happen to myself. Okay, we're just gonna, do we really portable hole a raptor though? It's extra. I'm gonna do it. This is very greedy. I'm only doing it so I can play my second Ocelot and get double cat triggers. And he FFs. Those double cat triggers are the move. Or maybe this guy tuned in and saw the stream, realized he didn't want none of this. I didn't even see the card that I got. But yeah, I've never had that happen. I've had it happen where I go to log into a match and I'm in the login or the wait screen for fucking like 5 minutes. And then I get into game and it just instantly says that there's a draw. I've had that happen. But I've never had it like auto leave. I have had the game crash though, once or twice. But not frequently. Three of Johnny's is wild. Holy shit. Who does this? Why would someone do that to me? We're gonna keep this hand. Pitching the amulet. Did you say keep it to the Ajani's? What was I gonna do with 3 Ajani's? That was crazy. This hand has some function to it, and it looks like we're facing Boros Energy. He foundried that in, or he shocked that in. So I'm looking at a Galvanic Discharge right here. Yes, sir. Now this is a match where that Sun Cleanser will come in clutch. We're hitting Sun Cleanser on the draw. Dude, if I had 3 Ajani's right now, at least if he had board wipes, if he had removal, oh, Voice of the Blessed is such a pain in the ass. You know what? Do I just say fuck this card? I'm gonna say no and just go for the Raptor. Into a portable hole, which says fuck this card for me. I'll take that. It was a little random, but we had an answer for it in subsequent turns. I shouldn't have played that Plains. Or no, I'll be fine. I'll be fine. This is only if I have 3 lands, then it'll come in tapped. Alright, buddy. What you got for me? He's playing Flage, which scares me, because Flage is probably... Did he cast into another Raptor? Okay. Because Flage is probably the weakness of this deck, at least for me personally. Flage hits the battlefield, and I feel lost. Go ahead and Inspiring Vantage, and I guess we'll just cast a Johnny, hard cast him. And we're just gonna hold the Galvanic Discharge. It looks like he's holding a Galvanic Discharge as well. Do we swing? Nah, we'll just wait. First strike is honestly pretty nice. He hits me with the Fragmented Reality, which is fine. We'll honestly just wait. And then we'll bolt this at the end of turn. He's gonna gain life. Yeah, we'll just do it now. So that way we can save one of the energy. Helixes are Ajani, but if we kept the 3 Ajani hand, we would be fine right now. Go ahead and trade. Please do not mana screw us. Grab the Luris. We cannot take mana screwing right now. If we just get lands, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Oof, he Goblin Bombardments. That's unfortunate. Oh, because that means he can just get rid of our Luris immediately. We get another Ajani. So, what do? We're going to Bombardment into Ajani. I think he's just forced to board wipe here, which is going to give us advantage because we have Luris in the subsequent turn. Plus, now we have our own Bombardment, so whatever he cast, we can just get rid of.
Nothing can break our bond.
Come on, bud. You can do it. You can think. So, sacrifice your Soul Warden. So, here's the thing. If he does it, I just sacrifice my other cat, and Ajani triggers. Which is what I want to happen. But I don't need it to be on my turn. I think I'm just going to try this now. Does he let it happen? It's okay. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know if I can trigger this a second time by sacrificing this cat, is my concern. Do I just say fuck it and see if it'll trigger a second time? I think I'm just gonna say fuck it and see if it'll trigger a second time. Which it does. Take action. We get a Johnny for free. I don't know if you saw that, but that was tech as hell. That was pretty freaking cool. We'll take that W. Now we have Luris next turn. He's got an Ocelot Pride. I think we just Yeah, fuck that. I don't need no cat. That's GG. We take those back above 70% win rate. And we got a mastery token. Almost level 100. Got almost less than a week left until the... Dude, I'm telling you, this Boros deck is the meta. I say that, knock on wood. I really hope I don't get my teeth kicked in, but... honestly, this deck, I tried making a video with it. It's just there's so many of this exact same deck on the ladder that it kind of sucks. The deck doesn't suck. It just sucks when every other deck you're facing is kind of similar to what you got going on. Luckily today we've been hitting a lot of random shit. But, ooh, we're facing an equipment deck. This could be very bad. Very, very bad. Sigarda's Aid makes it so you can auto-attach equipment when the equipment enters the battlefield. I love equipment decks. It's the first ever kind of... And he's got a Stoneforge Mystic. The first ever kind of competitive deck I've ever made. I made a modern Stoneforge Mystic deck when she got unbanned. And then COVID hit. And, well, you guys know what happened then. So, we'll go ahead. They grab a Shadow Spear, which honestly, I'm not even that upset about. I am going to have to tag the Stoneforge Mystic, though. Because just paying 2 and tapping it to play an artifact for free, not something I can allow. Go ahead and grab this Guide of Souls, and then swing for 1. Next turn, we get to Raptor into some Soul Wardens. They got a Colossal Hammer, which might be game. And they get to lifelink it. Yeah. That really hurts. I guess we'll just amp Raptor. And then we're probably just dead next turn. Portable Hole. We are not dead next turn. Do we take the Colossal Hammer? We take the Colossal Hammer. Target a non-land permanent opponent controls with mana value 2 or less. That is what I targeted. So, that does change things a little bit, right? I very much lucked out with that draw. Probably a solid, like, 4% chance that even happened. But, it's okay. He's down to 1 card in hand, so now he's basically just waiting for another Colossal Hammer. We can... Does a Johnny really do anything here, though? Saving mana for Galvanic Discharge would be really nice as well. Because whenever he deals combat damage, you can sacrifice him. When he dies, he deals damage equal to his power to any target. So if this dies, he's going to be able to just tag whatever he wants. I think we just double Soul Warden for a shitload of energy triggers. Or do we save? I lied. I think we're gonna save that. Swing with the Raptor. Turn him into a 4/4. What up, Mr. Fabian? And nice solid 6 in the air. And then we'll just save the discharge in case he casts a win con next turn. gets. I don't even know what he grabbed, to be honest. Okay. He gets this helmet. Doesn't really do anything that I'm worried about. And then I'm guessing he's going to swing for 3. Now, if we just kill it, he does get to tag something for 3. But I think we're going to just kill it. Cool with me. He'll kill something. I'm guessing he's going to kill a guide. And he's just going to hit me for face. L decision. And then re-equipped his shit. Okay. Get this bad boy, and then we will cast a Johnny. I should have cast that Soul Ward and then a Johnny just to gain the extra health.
I will prove my worth to my pride.
But now we got some serious energy generation going on. Plus we're getting a bunch of health. And that's GG. We'll take that. Yeah, that was a fun match. Monastery Swift Sphere. I'm pretty sure I have a 4 copies of that already. So, Bombardment, Soul Warden, Portable Hole, we got nothing in hand. Galvanic Discharge, Guide, Sun Cleanser. I kinda don't want to keep this, but I also don't want to mulligan everything away. So I think we're going to. And just pitch a Discharge. Definitely not a perfect hand, though. Hopefully we see some Boros. If he pops Boros immediately, cool. This Sun Cleanser does a lot more for us now. Autopay. Now he has to Galvanic Discharge in order to get rid of our guide. So we force him to make a play, which is preferred. We'll make it so he can't gain counters, and now he can't gain energy in a energy deck, presumably. No, this isn't Commander. This is kind of like the equivalent of Modern in Arena. So it has it where there's cards that are normally banned in Modern that aren't available, but at the same time, every card isn't available in this game mode. They have a Commander mode. It's called Brawl. So I have a Cranko Brawl deck, but it's just not my favorite. We go ahead and pay 2 to go ahead and kill the Sajani. Honestly, people do not watch Brawl either. Cool. He just sacked his Ajani immediately. Go ahead and play an Unstable. Activate it to kind of draw a card. It's a land. That's shitty. Go ahead and cast it. Yeah, he's playing a probably, well, he's playing a similar deck to me. Right now I'm playing a tier 1 deck in the format. There's one other deck that's kind of like this that's a little bit better. But, yeah, so we are playing very similar decks, to be honest. This guy's also going to kill the one thing that's preventing him from gaining energy counters. You do get a portable hole, but it doesn't really do anything against Flage, so this card's going to be a problem. So, we get an Ajani on our turn. We're going to portable hole this guide. Actually, we're going to portable hole the Goblin Bombardment. Then we will... Do we play our Ajani? We're no Luris. Do we Luris? Luris doesn't do too much. No, we'll Luris to hand. I think he's one... Or no, he's 2 cards in graveyard from Flage. But yeah, he's playing a very similar deck to us. Ours is just better, you know? Go ahead and cast Luris. And then we will recast our Sun Cleanser. Or we can't. We're going to cast our Guide to Souls. He discharges our Luris, which sucks, but it is what it is. Fuck it, we will play this. I did misplay there. I should have played the land ahead of time. Then we could have played our Sun Cleanser. He still would have killed it, but at least we would have had it on field. So it looks like we're going to take the Elf here. We're down to 1 health. Flage just kills us next turn. Cast an Amp Raptor into a Lightning Helix. Go ahead and Helix the Guide. Go ahead and cast a Johnny.
Right beside me, brother.
And we're looking at 3 energy. We'll activate an Unstable Amulet for a Bombardment. This would have been really nice if we could cast it this turn, but we can't. Can he... And he can bring in Flage next turn. So, I think our best bet here will be... This is going to sound kind of dumb, but I'm going to essentially target my own creature so I can trigger a Johnny. And then I'm going to +1 a Johnny, which is going to give me nothing, but it's going to make it so that way Flage can't die to a Johnny next turn.
And claw I will have for the prize.
We'll just swing for 1 because we can. Make it 3. So he's going to cast Flage or Stasis Prison on a Johnny on the Raptor. He swings in for 5 then. No, he swings in for 6 because of the token. That's GG. Alright. I think I'm going to give it 1 more game. This will probably be my last one. Maybe hit Plat 1. We'll see. Soul Warden, Raptor, Lightning Helix. I mean, it's not a bad hand. I think we'll keep. Looks like we're facing some Is It Wizards, which I'm never opposed to. With a Symmetry Sage turn 1. So we'll go ahead and Prismatic. Into a Plains. And we'll just Portable Hold this Sage. Some pseudo removal. We get a Sacred Foundry, which we'll go ahead and cast, and Anthraptor. Luris is a companion card, so what that means... screw it. We'll do that. What that means is, as long as I meet that companion feature, so it says companion, each permanent in your card costs 2 mana or less, I can have him kind of as like a sideboard. If I pay 3 mana, I can bring the companion card into my hand. And so he costs 3 mana. They all cost different amounts. Like, this one over here is another companion. It says no card in your starting deck can have more than one of the same mana symbol in its cost. So, like, this can't be blue-blue, or this can't be blue-blue, red-red, and so on. And so that's just how it works. It's a mechanic that they introduced in Ikoria, and they actually ended up removing it from Commander. So you're not allowed to play any cards that have Companion in Commander. I believe. I could just be capping, but I'm pretty sure you're not allowed to. There was one that's called Lutri that is literally... The card just says the companion condition is all of your creatures have different names, which is just Commander. And it's Is It colors. It copies spells whenever you cast a spell. That one got banned before it was even released. It got banned when it was announced. I did get pretty flooded this game. You got 3 land in hand, which kind of sucks, but you get an Ocelot, which I'll take. We'll go ahead and draw a card with this Sunbaked. Just don't draw lands. We draw an Ajani. We can cast Ajani. We maybe casting the Ocelot would have helped out more, but we're not at the Ascension yet, so it works. Plus, this Ajani should help take some pressure off of our life total, because they'll want to bolt it instead of us. Go ahead and swing for 2. Actually, we won't, in case they have a spell in hand. But so yeah, Jengatha cost 5 mana to cast, but it costs 3 mana to bring it into your hand. So they do go ahead and bolt our Ajani, as expected. But they're down to 2 cards in hand. Down to 1 card in hand. And then they'll go ahead and swing. We're going to let them hit with 5. We get a second Ajani, which is actually cool with me. Go ahead and cast it. And then cast our Ocelot, which is going to get us 2 cats per turn. So now we're going to have a pretty steady income of cats. And then if they kill any of our cats, Ajani turns into a Planeswalker. If they kill our Ocelot, which, well, they'll want to kill Ajani and then kill our Ocelot. Which is kind of the pro of having 2 cats on the field here. Because if anything dies before Ajani does, he turns into a Planeswalker, gets some pretty damn good abilities. Does cast Galvanic Discharge on Ajani, like I said, so that way he can prevent the cat from going off, but it is what it is. Go ahead and get this bad boy. And we will not be able to swing. But our health's starting to look a little pretty. They cast a Dread Horde. So we'll probably just Lurrus this turn. We won't get to cast it. Hopefully we draw something we can cast. Like another Ocelot. So we'll bring Lurrus to hand. Cast an Ocelot. Mine's the Xanathar, yeah. Over here. The cat's theirs. There sadly isn't too much I can do here, but we'll go ahead and get a bunch of cats. But yeah, Xanathar's all me. This one was on sale for April. There's like 20,000 coins. It took me literally the whole month to get enough coins for it. But as you see, our board's a little out of control at this point. We're looking at 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 cats. I mean, he swings with anything, we block with everything. And he can't give first strike. There's very few cards. I don't think there's any cards that are in that deck tech that gives first strike. Wizard's Lightning gets rid of our life gain. Sucks, but it is what it is. We can just Lurrus into a Johnny next turn, or Lurrus into basically any creature. He's going to cast Dread Horde, which is going to get him a Flames. He'll get to draw 2 cards and kill one of our cats. Yeah, so the Ocelot has it where at the end, at my end step, if I gain life, I get a 1/1 cat token. But if I have the City's Blessing, which I will for the rest of the game, that happens twice. For each token you control that entered the battlefield this turn, create a token that's a copy of it. So since I had 2 cats, I was getting 4 tokens each turn. Speaking of tokens, let's go ahead and do some blocking. So that's 4 mana right there, or 4 cards right there. And we'll go ahead and just say fuck it and sack our Raptor. I'm not upset about that. And we'll go ahead sack these cats while we're at it too. We don't need to sack him. There's all our blockers. We didn't need to do this, but his deck is nothing without creatures. And so, blocking like this, if he doesn't have creatures, he's pretty fucked. His best bet would be to kill one of these 4 cats. Well, I guess killing one wouldn't do anything. Since I targeted 4. But... so right here, W play. He doesn't... no board wipe for him. He does kill our other Ocelot, which really fucking sucks. But it's okay. We'll live through it. If he can just resolve this, that would be great. He did prowess again, which kind of sucks. But it's okay. So only one of his Soul Scars live. We do have a Lightning Helix, which I kind of want to cast. We're looking at 2 mana. I think... honestly, I think the Lightning Helix might be more... nah, we'll hold on to the Lightning Helix. Go ahead and cast a Johnny. No, we're going to cast Soul Warden. So that way we can get some life gain going. cast a Den, which is cool. This turn we will go for Amped Raptor. Hit us with like a... Alright, Galvanic Discharge. I'll take it. Go ahead and target the Symmetry Sage. And EFFs. That's GG. I think since I'm only one game away from Plat 1, I'm just going to play one more. Even though I said this was the last one. If I take this dub, that's it for the night. If I take an L, gotta play 2 more. One land into a decent hand. Honestly, if we draw a single other land, this hand is worth playing. But I think I mulligan, just in case. Another single land hand. I have to mulligan it. Guess we're going to be forced to keep this one. And then we're facing Is It Wizards again. So, a little scared because essentially that's just who has more gas, them or us, and we're already down 2 cards. There goes one of their removal spells. I think we're just going to Amped Raptor this turn to see what it can get us into. He's in a Wizard Lightning to face, which is so extra. Like, that is not the move. We'll go ahead and Plains into our Raptor. Hit us with the Bombardment. Or an Ajani. I will take that.
I will prove my worth to my pride.
They Expressive, which is some pseudo card draw. They draw a card, get to put a card into exile, which will probably be a land. It's a Steam Vents. Does it enter tapped? It does not. And they Reckless Charge. Go ahead and block with the Soul Scar, allowing us to transform a Johnny. We'll do so. And then on our turn, we'll shock in a Sacred, play an Ocelot, play an Unstable. Go ahead and see what it draws us. Draws us another Guide. That would have been nice. And then we'll go ahead and create a token and kill this Soulscar Mage. So, we don't get to generate tokens since we didn't gain any life this turn, but now there's 2 threats on the board. There's the Ocelot and there's the Ajani. They just bring Jengatha to hand, which is really bad for them. So we're going to cast a second Ocelot. Which is now going to give us double tokens every turn. Then we're going to cast Guide to Souls. This is going to let us gain life when we +0 Ajani. We'll go ahead and hit them for face. For a shit ton, and then we'll go ahead and swing in. Almost game. They're down to 2. And we got a shit ton of tokens. This is what this deck does really well. Luckily, I got some land, though, because if I did not get a few more mana, we would be fucked. Because 1 does not cut it. So, like I said, this will be the last match of the stream. Probably going to be over real quick. Fabian, I hope you learned some stuff about Magic. I know you're very new to the game, right? He's in a swing at the Ajani, which is fine. We'll just block. And yeah, that's GG. So a nice little 2-hour stream. Got in a good amount of wins. Ranked up to Plat 1, which rank resets in a week. Let's see how many wins I got. Because I didn't play any games beforehand. I got 14 wins today. I actually have a extension Let me find it. Assist, MTGA assist, which is, it just tells me my win rate. So of the games I played today, come on. I'm up to a 74% win rate with this Boros deck, which I'll take. And I'm trying to get it to show me the wins from today's game, but the application's lagging out. So the link for the application that tracks wins, is that what you're talking about? Or a deck list. Either or, I can do both. To check stats, let me find GA. If you just Google oh, it does not come up. If you just Google MTGA Assistant, that is the application. And all it really does, I'll link it, but I would say never trust links that you find online. But if you just Google it, I'll put the link in chat. If you just Google it, though, the website's super easy to use. It tells you kind of the best decks in the format. And if you download it, it tells a lot of good information. I have to close my version of the app because it froze on me when I reopened it. But it covers stuff like your win rate with the deck, all-time, your session win rate. It covers stuff like, you know, what the meta is, what you've mainly been facing, what other people have been facing. So yeah, super useful. Tells you kind of your percentage too of the collections that you've seen. So like it tells me I have 95% of Modern Horizons 3, which is a little nice. So let me see if I can get this thing to reopen so I can show you guys. Okay, it's loading. You know what? Let me just try re-logging Arena. Alright, well, obviously the app's a little buggy because I cannot get it to open for the life of me at this point. It launches through Overwolf, I should add too, which is very much a pain in the ass application. But, alright, well, with that, we're going to end the stream there. I'll honestly probably be doing 1 to 3 streams a week of just playing through some Arena, running up the historic ladder. So if you guys ever want to chime in, subscribe. You'll get some notifications. And yeah, good night. I'll talk to y'all.